Welcome back to One Comic Book a Day as we go on to Action Comics number 81, Fairytale Island. This is a story that does something that I've been asking Superman stories to do for over 100 stories now. It's definitely over 100 stories now, thanks to Superman having 4 stories in them. But first, we're going to have to go through the first 2 acts, which are far less interesting. It's a Christmas story. Here, a rich man by the name of Mr. Nicholas, get it, wants to use his money for good. He spent his whole life basically building his fortune, working as a child. He doesn't want other kids to go through that, so he has built like this big playland theme park called Fairytale Island. The problem is the theme park will not be done in time for Christmas, which is when he really wants to open. But Superman comes around and finishes it for him, which seems great, but that means all these workers are put out of a job, and I'm pretty sure they were looking forward to the money coming in over Christmas. Think about this, Superman. You can't just do people's work for them, unless Mr. Nicholas, and he might be nice enough to keep paying his employees, even though they're not doing any work. I don't trust rich people, and for good reason. Mr. Nicholas dies while fishing, seemingly killed, and his will is read to his 3 nephews. He has left them nothing. All the money goes to Fairytale Island. Unless, the big unless, the park ends up failing for basically being a disaster or hurting children. So you see where this is going. 2 of the nephews are going to make a deal with a mobster. One nephew is completely fine with all of this. They make a deal with Fancy Dan. No, not Fancy Dan from Spider-Man, who's a member of the Enforcers. That guy is 20 years away from existing. But this Fancy Dan is going to get his employees jobs at the theme park so he can sabotage it. Though he does not agree to their no hurting children part, or killing children, he's going to kill them. He wants the money. So you kind of see where this is going. But where it finally becomes wonderful, what I've been asking for, is Fancy Dan thinks he's figured out Superman. He's going to have everything happen at once. Like every theme park ride is going to fall apart. Every single person's life in the theme park will be in danger at once. That's right. It is a challenge for Superman to save people. We have actively brought the game to him. So can Superman save every single person's life while everything is happening all at once? Is this too much for Superman? Of course it's not. He's Superman. Damn right he is. He saves every single person. No one is hurt. He is a blur while he runs through that theme park saving everyone. I think he stops Fancy Dan and puts him into jail. I don't know. I was on a pretty big high right there. Man, I love it when he does that. You need to bring a test to Superman. You need to push his powers to the limit, and you need to prove the villain wrong. God, it's so good. That's such a great ending. It truly is Christmas. It turns out the Santa Claus of the park, who I forgot to mention warned Superman about Fancy Dan's plan, is actually Mr. Nicholas. He faked his death to see how his nephews would take it. For the most part, because the nephews did betray Fancy Dan at the end, he promises to provide for them, but all 3 do not want any of the money and want the will to stay as it is. Mr. Nicholas has one more request of Superman. He wants to actually be Santa Claus, and with Superman's powers, Superman can fly him across the world delivering presents. But who cares about that? Superman saved everyone. It was a mess, and he saved it. God, I don't need to talk anymore about why this issue is great. Read Action Comics number 81. It is maybe one of the best Golden Age stories. You're going to have to slog through the first 2 acts, though. Okay, that is it. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to get notification when a new video goes up. I do this Monday through Friday, but Friday is Bat Friday, where I cover a Batman story in either Detective Comics or Batman. And until next time, let us ponder the question, whatever did happen to the man of tomorrow. One day, Superman will meet Santa Claus, though. He's real. Okay, have a great day.